Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another edition of the Mandatory Live. If you're rocking with the show, thank you so much. But if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, like the video. And remember, you can also follow us on our social media channels. We're at the Mandatory TKO. And you can find us on the audio side as well. So keep that in mind. So if you're on, looking for your podcast, your shows, leave a rate and review because why wouldn't you give us a 5-star? And we've already seen this fight. It's featuring one of my favorite fighters who lost actually in the first one. But Emanuel Navarrete is a minus 250 against Oscar Valdez plus 200. Honestly, I thought it would be wider. I thought Oscar Valdez would be like a plus 500 or something like that along those lines. But Bryan, do you see this fight going any differently than it did the first time?
No. Like I can't. Where's the evidence that that's going to happen? Like maybe like Karen Chukadazan. We just talked about him winning more rounds against Boots Ennis, but like I'm not interested in this. This is another one. Like this is a stupid rematch. Like the first and Oscar Valdez, like he's awesome, right? Like Oscar Valdez is a great fucking fighter. But the
One of
first
my favorite fighters, Oscar Valdez.
I really like Oscar Valdez as well. But the first fight was so uh one-sided or one-sided enough to where like and Oscar Valdez was getting hit with like these big shots by Emanuel Navarrete. And granted, Navarrete, like he is the king of inconsistency, man. Like he's one of these dudes like Teofimo Lopez. You just don't know what the fuck you're gonna get when he steps into the ring because that's the performance really. Like before that, so he fights Liam Wilson. We were talking about this like early on. Like this is one of the first
Yo,
fights.
didn't Liam Wilson drop him?
And Liam Wilson dropped him in round
Yeah,
4
okay,
in
I
that fight.
remember that. I remember the madness. I remember being like, yo, and we knew that was gonna happen to him at one point because he just gets hit so much. And I that was surprising to me. I remember how shocked I was watching that.
I remember being pissed, like because I had Navarrete to get the stoppage between round 7 through 12, which he did in round 9. But I was like, bro, like what? What are we doing here? And so he has the Liam Wilson fight. After that, against Oscar Valdez, I think you and I both were like, yo, Oscar Valdez could actually like take this fight. But the
I
thing,
took Oscar Valdez to win the fight, and I
a
know
lot
a
of people
lot of
did.
it.
It was
A
like
lot of
50
people.
50. It was
I mean,
close.
let's also
Going
remember.
into it. It was
Let's
close.
also remember though that Oscar Valdez had one of the greatest knockouts like a year prior,
Yeah.
right? And it was like crazy. But then it's like, what Oscar Valdez are we going to get in this fight? Because we saw how upset he was after this loss against Emanuel Navarrete. Because Emanuel Navarrete, like, I guess to say it, not, I guess he got destroyed. Like, he destroyed Oscar Valdez,
He did.
right?
And
Like,
here's the thing, like he beats Liam Wilson, he beats Oscar Valdez, and that the Oscar Valdez was like, oh shit, he put it all together. He looks like he could be pound for
yeah.
pound in the future, whatever. Hobson Conceição next fight, and it's like, hey, come on, he got hell beat, and he fucking he has a draw with Conceição. It was a fight he really could have lost, even
Yeah.
though he knocked him down twice. He looked like shit. He looked sloppy, doing the same shit over and over. Like it was just bad, man. At times he looked like Deontay Wilder did against Joseph Parker, just
Yeah.
telegraphing everything. And Conceição was able to just hold and does all the dirty boxing shit that he does on the inside. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Classic.
And then he loses to Barenchek, which going into that fight, I was like, man, I don't really want to bet on Navarrete like that. But I mean,
Yeah.
how like he has all this talent,
But at the
whatever.
time, he was moving up in that Brenchick fight, remember? And it seems like his
Yeah.
power didn't transcend. So now he's fighting an Oscar Valdez. And to be honest with you, like I think Emmanuel Navarrete could win by stoppage in this fight if it's anything like the last fight. But I'm watching this fight, Bryan, to see what type of Oscar Valdez we get in this fight. Like, not to say that he's going to win this fight, but he's probably going to win a few more rounds. But if he has another performance like how he did in the first fight, would it be time to kind of hang up the gloves at that point?
Mm, 33. He just beat Liam Wilson, by the way, too, and he looked good in that fight. But that's the only win he's had since the only fight he's had since the Navarrete fight. So not like a ton of activity, but the Navarrete fight was also a little over a year ago. For this one, like in terms of a pick, I mean Navarrete on points feels safe at plus 110. But after talking it out a little bit because of Navarrete's inconsistency, like they're like Oscar Valdez could be approaching this. There's something to be said about this as his last big opportunity because it kind of is. And Jesus says in the comments, Valdez will
Yeah.
retire Saturday. If he
Yeah.
loses, he might. He's 33. He's been in a lot of fights. This is his 35th.
I don't think I'm ready to see this fight. Like, now I'm getting nervous. Thank you, Jesus. Like, I'm upset now because that could be the last time we see him in the ring. Like, and the funny thing is that was kind of the narrative in the last Navarrete fight. Remember, they were like, this is Oscar Valdez's like last chance, and he gets it again. But it's like, if it's going to be anything similar to the first fight, and Jesus says like, yo, he's probably going to retire Saturday if he loses, and I think that's a possibility. Like, I don't even know if I want to see this fight. Like, I'm scared now.
Alvapal feeling a knockout coming, but not sure who. Okay, let's talk about some other bets on this fight. Would you take Shantelle and chat if you want to comment as well, as always, over half a knockdown -110 to get at least one knockdown
For this fight?
Yes.
Yes. I'm taking the over.
Okay, so last time
Because I feel like
we didn't get
if
a
Oscar
knockdown last time.
Valdez, even if Oscar Valdez has any success, because Emanuel Navarrete gets hit so much, he can also get dropped. But yeah, I'm taking the over on that.
Navarrete's been dropped. Valdez has been dropped. Also, like, I feel like Valdez in particular is gonna really fucking go for it, which could lead into like him walking into something. Navarrete is very unorthodox. He has super long arms for somebody who's 5'7". He has a 6-foot reach, basically. You know what I mean? Like,
you never know what you're gonna get from him. Essentially,
you
like
don't.
that's what I feel.
The over is 10.5. That's -260 only. So that's like a parlay leg more than anything else. But the over is 10.5 rounds. I'm staying away from that.
I kind of like the under. Like,
oh boy,
there's
let me tell you what the under is real quick. Plus 196.
Oof. I kind of, if it's anything like the last fight, I think Navarrete could get it done earlier, between 5 through 8. Because the amount of punishment that Oscar Valdez took in that fight, it was not easy to watch in that first fight. If it's anything like that. What?
By the way, no, I was gonna say by the way, his fight with Liam Wilson wasn't easy either. Like, he looked good in that fight, but Liam Wilson was also taking rounds off of Oscar Valdez.
Yeah.
Like, and he just happened to get the stoppage. Would you bet Navarrete to win between rounds 5 through 8? By the way, you just mentioned it is plus 700.
I might sprinkle.
Okay.
Actually, no, I don't think my heart can do it. Like, I think I'm nervous now for this fight for Oscar Valdez. Like, I think I'm going to be in tears on Saturday night if it doesn't go the way that I want it to go. And yeah, I think this is going to be, I didn't even realize, by the way, guys, we're doing a post-fight show. So if you want to join me in crying, ta-da. Yay, we will be here. So join us on Saturday because we will be doing a post-fight show. We're going to be talking about Liam Parr, Richardson Hitchens, also the Top Rank card, which, by the way, it's a pretty good card.